Hi, welcome to Math Defined with me, Mrs. C. And today's math lesson is dividing a fraction by a mixed number. But don't forget, at the end of this video, if you like it, go ahead and click that smash button as fast as you can, letting me know that you liked this video. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel today. Your support allows me to continue making math video lessons just for you. So let's get started. I'm looking at this division problem of 3/4 divided by 2 1/2. And I have a fraction being divided with a mixed number. And you are only allowed to divide a fraction by another fraction. It's impossible to divide a fraction with a mixed number. So what I'm going to need to do first is I'm going to need to rewrite that mixed number as an improper fraction before I start the division process. So let's do that now. So the 3/4, I'm just going to bring that down because it's already written as a fraction. Then I'm going to bring down my division sign, and now I'm going to rewrite my mixed number as an improper fraction, and I'm going to do that by multiplying the denominator of 2 to the whole number of 2. So 2 times 2 is 4, and then I'm going to add the numerator to that. So 4 plus 1 is 5. So 5 becomes the numerator, and the denominator of 2 does not change. So now I have a pair of fractions, 3/4 divided by 5/2. So what I'm going to do now, since I have a pair of fractions, is now I can use that division strategy of keep, change, and flip to continue with the division process. If you're confused about what that strategy is, I encourage you to go ahead and check out my previous video about dividing a fraction by a fraction. I give a little bit more explanation about that strategy and some practice problems. So let's continue with that strategy. So keep, change, flip allows me to keep the first fraction of 3/4, and then I'm going to change the division to multiplication, and then I'm going to flip the fraction of 5/2 to its reciprocal of 2/5. So when you flip a fraction, that's called taking the reciprocal. So when you are dividing a pair of fractions, what you're really doing is you are multiplying by the reciprocal of the divisor. And the divisor is that second fraction that's in the problem. So now we have this multiplication. So before I start multiplying the numerators and the denominators, what I want to do first is look for some cross-canceling opportunities before I multiply. Cross-canceling allows me to simplify my fractions before I multiply, and oftentimes this will make your numbers easier and smaller to work with. And if you need a refresher on how to use that cross-cancellation, go ahead and check out another one of my previous videos about how to multiply fractions using cancellation, and I go into a lot of explanation and give you some examples about that in that video. So when I'm looking for cross-cancellation, what I'm looking for are diagonal numerators and denominators. So when I look at this first numerator of 3 and its diagonal denominator of 5, I can see that they don't share any common factor other than 1. So there's no cross-canceling opportunity there. But if I look at the numerator of 2 and its diagonal denominator of 4, I see that they do share a common factor of 2. So I'm going to divide with that common factor for the 2 and the 4. So 2 divided by 2 is 1, and 4 divided by 2 is 2. So now I'm ready to multiply my numerators. So 3 times 1 gives me 3, and 2 times 5 gives me 10. Now the last thing that I need to do is to look at my final answer one more time and make sure that I can't simplify it any further. And that means I'm checking to see, do they share any common factor other than 1? And 3 and 10 do not, so I know that I'm done. All right, let's try one more. Let's try 1/6 divided by 4 2/3. And again, I have a fraction being divided, not multiplied, but being divided by a mixed number. And you can only divide a fraction by another fraction. So I'm going to start by rewriting that mixed number as an improper fraction. So I'm just going to bring down the 1/6, bring down the division. Then I'm going to multiply that denominator of 3 to the whole number of 4. So 3 times 4 is 12. Add the numerator. 12 plus 2 is 14. 14 becomes my numerator, and the denominator of 3 does not change. So now I have a fraction being divided by another fraction, so that allows me to use the keep, change, flip strategy. So I'm going to keep 1/6. I'm going to change division to multiplication, and I'm going to flip 14/3 to its reciprocal of 3 over 14. Now before I multiply, I'm going to look for cross-canceling opportunities. I don't see one with 1 and 14, but I do see one with 3 and 6. They share a common factor of 3. So 3 divided by 3 is 1, and 6 divided by 3 is 2. Now I'm ready to multiply my numerators. So 1 times 1 is 1. Multiply my denominators. 2 times 14 is 28. I'm going to check to see if they share any common factors, and they do not, so I know that I'm done. If you feel that you need a little bit more practice with this, go ahead and check out my video, Practice Dividing a Fraction by a Mixed Number. I have some additional practice problems along with a word problem that I help you solve and work through. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found this video to be helpful to you, and if you did, I really hope you click that like button at the bottom of the screen. If you became a subscriber today, thank you so much for supporting my channel. And if there are other topics that you would like to see videos on, leave me a comment. I would just love to hear from you. So until I see you next time, thank you so much for watching.